in your eyes now, but I know there's always a way. From sunrise till dawn, I'll be here waiting. From sunrise till dawn, I'll never stop. I'll fix you up, make everything much smoother again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and heart so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. The connections might be tangled, the power source has lost its spark, but every wire tells a story, and I can mend what's torn apart. From sunrise till dawn, I'll be here waiting. From sunrise till dawn, I'll never stop. I'll fix you up, make everything run smooth again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and heart so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. When the current isn't flowing, when the signals disappear, I'll be here with tools and patience, make the static crystal clear. Every cable, every circuit, every problem that you bring, I'll restore what time has broken, make the whole world sing. So don't you worry about tomorrow, don't you stress about today. I've got maintenance for your troubles, and I'll chase them all away. I'll fix you up, make everything run smooth again. I'll fix you up, from sunrise till dawn, my friend. I'll fix you up, with these hands and heart so true. I'll fix you up, Daniel, I'll fix you up. Hey, Daniel, everything's good as new. Hey, Daniel, I'll fix you up for you.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Daniel, and today is Monday, which is one of my favorite judges, Judge David Fleischier. I like this guy. So let's get the show started today. And let's put this larger.
You are on bond for murder, and you've now picked up an assault case. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 27th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a disturbance/unknown weapon call. The complaining witness stated she is part of the nursing staff and that the defendant has been asked to leave on multiple occasions and refuses to do so. The complaining witness stated that the defendant was attempting to get her grandfather to sign over power of attorney to her, but the staff would not allow this due to the grandfather being diagnosed with dementia. The complaining witness stated that the defendant used force on the complaining witness to get her to leave the grandfather's room. The complaining witness states that the defendant put her hands on the complaining witness's face and pushed it back. The defendant was positively identified by the complaining witness and her Texas ID number.
You say that there was any pain? She pushed in the face. This is an assault, right? There has to be some kind of injury or pain.
She did state that she felt pain in the dim summer.
Okay. Ms. Taylor, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Now, you're saying there's a bond violation in this case?
Yes, Judge, it's in the,
Michael, have you seen this? And how did you already get appointed to this case?
Your Honor, I was appointed sometime very recently on this
How?
case. I received a text. I don't know what day it was, but I received a
It looks
text.
like it was the 29th, which was Tuesday. But how was he appointed a lawyer?
I'm thinking when she was in the holdover.
No. How is she, I mean, I don't understand. Well, regardless, I guess I'm glad that you're appointed because right now she's got bond violations. She was
I
ordered by the
wasn't aware
magistrate.
of that, Judge.
I'm sorry?
I wasn't aware of a BVR in this case. I actually have another BVR today before the court.
I know that, yeah, we got you. We'll deal with that one next, but you're on bond for murder. You were ordered by the magistrate to have a GPS monitor. You have violated those conditions. Unacceptable. I'm revoking your bond. She goes with you. No.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yeah.
Your Honor, she just was released because I met her in the holdover earlier this week, and she could not have been out of jail more than a day, two at the most. Would the court allow her to leave right now to get the device?
No. Did she not get the device?
Judge, there was a conflict, that's why the DVR was submitted, felony, so the magistrate ordered bond conditions, but the curfew times were not aligning with the felony condition.
So what? I mean, you still have to abide by the conditions. I mean, what did they say the conditions were?
I have to take me up right there.
I'm not asking you to say anything, Ms. Taylor. The only thing I want is I want my city protected. You're on bond for this serious case, and now you picked up an assault. I mean, you were ordered to have certain conditions. You must abide by these conditions.
And Your Honor,
She received conditions of bond on April 28th, 2025 that ordered a GPS device with a curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. On May 1st, she had an unapproved enter at 7:52 p.m. and then left again at 8:51 until basically 9 o'clock at night.
Yes, Judge, and on the felony conditions, I'm looking at them right now, her curfew is from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. So that's where it's conflicting. So the magistrate ordered from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and on felony, their curfew was 12 a.m. to 6 a.m.
I mean, she still has to follow conditions, right? There may be conflicting, but you abide by the conditions and then you come to court and you ask to, do something or maybe make them align, but you just don't do whatever you want to do and think, okay, nothing's going to happen. You're on bond for 2 serious cases.
Your Honor, if I may again,
Sure.
this is a brand new case. Could the court admonish her? Because the amount of time, I understand that.
Michael, she's on bond for murder. She's lucky to even have a bond, and now she picks up an assault. She's ordered to have a curfew, and she's just doing whatever the hell she wants to do.
In this case, Judge, that's before your court. This is a brand new case, and this is her first time having any issues while on your bond, Judge. Would the court be willing to admonish her not to leave her home even for short periods of time?
I don't know, Mikey. I don't know.
And my assumption is we're going to reach out to Melanie. My assumption is there's a DVR call for that too. So I don't know what her comment looks like, but.
I don't know, Michael. I'm going to stew on it for a while. You
Yes,
want to
Your
talk about your other BVR? Or wait, hold on a second. Sorry, let me just finish with the arraignments. Give me 2 seconds and we're
Honor.
almost
No
done.
problem, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Randolph. So you're charged with assault, causing bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. All right.
The judge. Judge on.
We're doing here. There's no reason for you to be looking out there. We're going to do probable cause. We have to find out what happened with the case.
Judge, on April 23rd, 2025, an officer was dispatched from a assault call and made contact with the complaining witness, and the defendant. The complaining witness stated that he saw the defendant talking to and following a witness, and the witness then started to run away and observed the defendant to chase after the witness. The complaining witness then got in between the defendant and the complaining witness, and the defendant then struck the complaining witness with a closed fist. The complaining witness said he felt pain and then grabbed the defendant, and they proceeded to grapple until security arrived. The witness stated that she did not know the defendant and that her and her friend walked past the defendant on the street. The defendant then began to verbally harass them and started to get verbally aggressive. She asked the defendant to leave them alone, and the defendant continued to refuse to do so, and that she began to walk away and to try and get away from the defendant, but got stuck at the intersection crosswalk. Then corroborated the facts that complaining witness provided about getting in between the two of them.
Mr. Randolph, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. Do you understand? I'm ordering you also now not to be in possession of weapons, not to have any contact with the complaining witness, and not to go to this part of the street. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Staying late again?
Yep, got prospect calls to summarize.
You really need to switch to Mondays here.
Don't be a danger to my city, man. I'm not asking for much.
I'm not in danger. I do never know these people, Your Honor. I need a public defender.
I'll give you one. But I'm telling you now, Mr. Randolph, don't be a danger to my city.
I was never in danger. Just I don't intend to be in danger either.
All I want my streets safe.
They was in danger to me, and that's why I'm showing up today.
I'm going to protect my streets at all costs. You
You
understand?
protect me from these kind of people.
I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'm
I
going
do
to
need a public defending office, your judge or
I already
lawyer.
told you I was going to give you one. Just really.
I'm really scared for my life because I just did 4 years and I'm going through the same thing again in your courtroom when I did good and I'm going through all the facilities. There was never in a harm's way standing 100 feet away from these people or 200 feet. I was never 100 feet within there.
Oh, exercise.
And I'm
your
running
right.
from these people.
You're going to say something that hurts your case. Just stop.
Yes, sir.
I'm not asking you to say anything. I just want
to also be safe in your community also.
don't use any dope. Don't use any alcohol.
Never was. I was sober that day. I was sober as can be. No drugs, nothing. Enjoying a beautiful day for my mama's funeral. I know no news. I don't know these people.
Listen, I'm going to have you sign a reset. I'm going to have you take your seat in the jury. Yo, I'm not talking to you. Once you sign the reset, just take a seat in the jury box. I'm going to find your lawyer, but we need you to sign conditions. Don't leave until you sign the bond conditions.
Yeah.
Come on. You are on bond for criminal mischief. You've now picked up a new case. You now stand charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
The judge. On April 26, 2025, a law enforcement officer is on patrol and observed a motor vehicle run a red light and make a U-turn, nearly striking another vehicle in Harris County, Texas. Law enforcement officer observed the motor vehicle drive onto the curb of Richmond Avenue and initiated a traffic stop. The defendant passed multiple open parking lots and continued to drive. The defendant eventually pulled into a business parking lot. The law enforcement officer contacted the defendant and observed him to be eating fried chicken. The law enforcement officer asked the defendant why he didn't lower the window, and the defendant stated he didn't have any and continued to eat. Law enforcement officer observed the defendant did not have a driver's license and was incoherent when asked to provide his name and date of birth. Law enforcement eventually identified the defendant by name and date of birth. The defendant continued to state, "I don't have anything in question about his whereabouts," and standardized field sobriety tests were conducted. The officer observed 2 out of 6 clues in the HGN, 5 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and 0 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. Due to the defendant, 0 out of 4 on the one-leg stand due to the defendant being unable to perform the test. The law enforcement officer noted that on the walk and turn, the defendant did not turn around. He stayed still for approximately 30 seconds. The law enforcement officer explained the one-leg stand, and after the instructions, the defendant began performing the walk and turn. This occurrence happened again after the law enforcement officer tried to explain the one-leg stand another time. The law enforcement officer observed 2 unopened 6-packs of alcoholic beverages that were cold to the touch, and observed an empty fuzzball and a 24-ounce can of Modelo beer and an empty Twisted Tea alcoholic beverage. The defendant refused both breath and blood. A blood warrant was signed and executed.
Mr. Juarez, I'm going to find that there's enough probable cause to go forward with your case. You said he doesn't have a license, right?
There's a number here. I'm not unsure if that meant that he did not have the license at the time.
Mind running it, please?
Yes, Judge. Your Honor, he does have an eligible driver's license.
I'm ordering you not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I have ordered you not to pick up any new cases, not to violate conditions of bond, and you have repeatedly done that. As a result, I'm now revoking your bond on the first case, and you will go to jail today. And I'm going to tell you, you violate conditions again, I'm going to make the bond so high your head will be spinning. Do you understand? You're not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will put a scram on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming. Do you understand?
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes, sir.
on the first case, the court previously was testing Mr. Juarez 2 times a week, and he was doing pretty good on that for an extended period of time. In lieu of revoking his bond, would the court consider going back to biweekly testing?
Yeah. He picked up a serious case. He has alcohol in the car. I mean, he's allegedly consuming while he's driving, you know? I would figure that it's damn elementary that you're not to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. And there are multiple open containers, cold to the touch. No, I have to show you that we mean business. And me letting you go again when you have multiple violations, it's not going to happen. You go to jail. I don't know what we're going to do when he bonds out, Michael, as far as testing now. I don't know. But
I understand, Judge.
I'm going to order him not to drive as well. I mean, he's got alcohol in the, no, it's not going to happen. Good morning.
Judge, I'm approaching on Victor Jesus Rauda Lopez. And he's got a bond violation report, Your Honor.
Page 10.
Is he here?
He's here, Judge. He's in the jury box.
Speak English?
Yes, he does.
Come up. Come up.
Answer yes or no, sir.
Did you get your GPS device?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm revoking your bond. I ordered you to get a GPS device. You didn't get it. Okay, goes with you. Sorry, Maria. All right. We're going to keep you. The bond right now is, oh God, it's 5,000 now.
I already paid the half.
1,001. We'll just raise it to 1,001.
6,000.
It's 5,000 now,
Right,
so I'll just do 6,001.
okay, Judge, 6,000.
So if he bonds out.
Yes, Judge.
All right, good morning, Mr. Ayler. Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. It looks like you're also charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. On that one, you're facing up to a year and or a $4,000 fine. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 27, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer observed a vehicle traveling 50 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour zone via radar and failed to signal at a right turn. A traffic stop was initiated, and upon contact with the defendant, the law enforcement officer observed a handgun on the rear right passenger floorboard, unholstered and later confirmed to be loaded. Law enforcement officer observed glossy eyes, strong odor of alcoholic beverage, and slurred speech from the defendant. The defendant admitted to consuming 3 alcoholic beverages. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 6 out of 6 was recorded on the HGN, a 2 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and a 2 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The defendant consented to provide breath and blew a .136 and a .141.
Okay. Any prior DWIs?
Yes, Your Honor, out of a different county.
Is it open?
No, Your Honor, it was closed in 2014 with 12 months of probation.
Can you run a full NCIC to see how many there are?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Ayler, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Also, if you can run his license, please. I'm now placing a restriction on you, Mr. Ayler. You are not allowed to drive any vehicle that's not equipped with an ignition interlock on it. If you're caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have an interlock, I will revoke the bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Likewise, you're ordered not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. You will be randomly tested. I'm sending notice to DPS in Austin. Every single officer in the state will know that if you're driving a vehicle and it doesn't have an interlock, you will be arrested and put into jail. Do you understand?
Judge, it's just the one previous DWI.
Okay, license, what'd you say?
License.
You're also not allowed to drive unless you have a valid license and liability insurance in your name as well. That is a part of your bond conditions. For now, I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. You will eventually get with Roxanne for your bond conditions, and after that, you'll be free to go.
It is other.
Great. Okay, come on. Mr. Bustamante, I know that there are 2 sides to the story. I get it, right? That's why we have trials. But in the interim, we ask you to do several things. And when you don't, there are serious consequences. Number 1, we ask you to show up. On your first case, you failed to appear just in and of itself, and we had to issue a warrant for your failure. We issued bond conditions on that as well. Those conditions were also broken. You've now picked up a new case. I want you to understand something and listen and hear me clearly. Mr. Bustamante, I want you to listen and I want you to hear me clearly, because what I'm doing now is I'm putting orders of protection on both of your cases. And if you violate these, you are looking at 2 more very serious violation of a protective order case. That in and of itself is the capital murder of misdemeanors. Do you understand? You violate conditions on that, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond.
I understand 100%, sir, Your Honor.
The only thing I am asking you to do is do not have contact with either of the complaining witnesses in these cases. I don't care if they're relation. I don't care if there's no relation. I don't care who they are. Do not have contact. And when I mean no contact, I mean no contact of any kind. No phone calls, text messages, social media, emails, Snapchat, whatever, maybe smoke signals. No means no.
No problem, Your Honor. It's not a problem.
So this is now an order that identifies both Bustamantes as protected individuals. You cannot communicate with them. You cannot commit an assault, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, communicate with a third party to try to communicate with them. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where they live or where they work.
I understand, Your Honor. I got 7 kids, and those are not the oldest ones. I'm a good daddy.
No offense, but if you're paying more than $50 per month on home insurance, you're literally throwing money away in the trash.
Don't talk to these two.
I understand, Your Honor.
This order only applies to these two. Don't use the other kids to try to have contact with these. If you do,
We all live together. Right.
now you don't.
Right. I'll go to mom's house.
Best go somewhere else because they're going to inform those kids now that you're not supposed to be there or have contact with them.
That's not a problem, Your Honor.
All right.
The first one, my daughter, she doesn't live here. She ran away with her husband. Whenever she called the cops, she wasn't even at the house.
I don't.
I'm sorry.
You have contact with them. I'm not asking you much. You've already picked up 2 cases. You pick up a third, I'm going to blow a gasket.
That's done. You got it.
State, is there anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. There are allegations of drug use too. We would ask for reading your analysis.
Okay. You're not to use alcohol, illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, likewise, I'm going to revoke these bonds and we'll put you back in. As it stands now, you are a flight risk. I'm not going to give you a PR bond. So what'll happen now is we're going to put you back. I've got your bond set. If you have someone that posts your bond, then you must abide by these conditions.
My daughter, my daughter.
I've given you a lawyer. You need to talk to the lawyer. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say, they're going to sit there and they're going to type it to use it to prove your guilt. Just don't say anything. I'm telling you what the expectation is. So if you do get out, you don't pick up a third case.
I have a question.
What's your question, actually?
Ask the lawyer.
Okay, so, okay.
Okay.
We're good, Judge.
You good? Okay. All right, Mr. Bustamante, you know what's expected of you from now on. That's it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we need him to sign conditions with Roxanne whenever she's ready.
You come up here so I can.
I'm not equipped. I want to go, please.
I want to go, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Godine.
You doing, sir?
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 26, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer observed a vehicle run a red light and initiated a traffic stop. The law enforcement officer made contact with the defendant, the driver, and observed bloodshot eyes, droopy eyelids, constricted pupils, unbalanced, and the defendant to be talkative and have trouble concentrating. The defendant admitted to running the red light. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 2 out of 6 was reported on the HGN, a 5 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and a 1 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The defendant estimated 30 seconds passing in what was in reality 72 seconds on the one-leg stand. The defendant admitted to smoking weed earlier. The defendant consented to breath and blew a .00. The defendant consented to drug influence evaluation, and a drug recognition expert believed the defendant to be under the influence of a central nervous system stimulant, a narcotic, an analgesic, and cannabis. Thank you, Your Honor. And the defendant admitted he took oxycodone or narcos and smoked weed. A blood warrant was obtained and executed.
Mr. Godin, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward to the case. If you have a drug or alcohol problem, now is the time for you to address it. I'm giving you the opportunity now. If I find it becomes a problem while you're on bond, I'm going to revoke your bond. I will put you in jail, and I'm going to address it myself. Oxy is one of the absolute worst things that you could possibly take because you build up such a tolerance to it. You literally put your lungs to sleep if you take too much and you end up dying. I cannot tell you how many people have died from this drug. It's absolutely disgusting. And the maker has been sued repeatedly by how many different states in this country because it's such an addictive thing. Don't use. I'm telling you now, within the next week, I'm going to test you because I want to make sure you're not using. Do you understand?
Sir.
Don't use. You've got a great lawyer here. She will take care of you, but I don't care who you have here. Jesus, you use. It's not going to go well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
License, prior DWIs?
The license is eligible
Okay.
and not seeing any prior DWIs here, Your Honor.
I'm telling you that I've had probably a handful of friends that have died from oxy because they continue to take it, build up that paunch and put their lungs to sleep. It's disgusting. Just don't. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I don't want you to kill yourself. Life is way too short.
Yes, sir.
You're not allowed to drive unless you also have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance. Do you understand?
Sir.
Because you have a lawyer, we will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Ms. Barks, and she'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. Be careful. Don't use. As long as you do, all is well. Come on.
Runner.
Thank you, Ms. Barks. So it looks like you are wanted out of the state of Louisiana for a larceny. It's a misdemeanor. Am I right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Your lawyer's asking for me to set you a bond. I don't know. I need to know more about you. My primary concern, number one, are you going to go back to Louisiana if we give you a bond? Number two, are you going to leave a wake of destruction? Because that's what we don't want. We don't want you to be a danger. If you're a danger, you know,
I will.
well, I know that you're going to tell me it's little bunnies jumping into woods. Everybody does, right? But how you look on paper really tells me who you are.
Your Honor, the demanding jurisdiction requested no bond because the demanding jurisdiction showed that she is also wanted for failure to appear for a DWI, and the FTA was issued out from Caddo Parish on July 21st, 2022, but then she picked up this larceny within the last couple of months this year. While that was an FTA, state requests that there's sufficient bail be set for the fugitive to be returned to the demanding jurisdiction. State requests a $10,000 bond because of the fact that it's a 3-year-old FTA. On top,
This case is 3 years old.
no. The other
The DWI.
pending, right? She also is wanted for a DWI out of the same parish, but this specific fugitive case is for the larceny. I'm just highlighting the reasons for the higher bail. It's because the older case was 3 years
See
old.
what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You know, yeah, I know what you're going to tell me, but paper tells me another thing. And that's a big problem. The DWI has been open for 3 years. Now, the only reason we have you is so are you okay with the bond though?
Okay, with a bond, just a sufficient bond that she return herself, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes.
Judge, we wouldn't be opposed to 10,000 if you could set it at that.
Okay. I want you to understand that I don't play games.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to do this repeatedly.
Yes, sir.
I can set you a bond now, but if you don't go, I'm going to revoke this bond. I will set it at 0. And this time I'm going to hold you until Louisiana comes and gets you. And we're not going to do this again. You have one chance to make it right. We give you 2 weeks from the date of your release to go turn yourself into Louisiana. You must turn yourself in. Not, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to hire a lawyer. I'm going to try to get a bond. No,
Just go turn myself.
go turn yourself in. The other thing I'm going to tell you is that Murphy's Law, you know, what can happen will happen. Don't wait until the last day. You know what? I'm going to go turn myself in now. I don't care if you car trouble, abducted by aliens. Don't matter. As soon as you get out, I would go because that's a lot of money that someone else is ponying up for you to get out. Do you understand? All right.
So I just wanted to highlight, and obviously the court set the bond, I'm not disputing that, but just because there have been 2 other fugitives from Caddo Parish that have waived, and I have 6 total from Louisiana. I imagine the transport is going to be soon. So regarding financial capabilities on restoring the bond when returned to Louisiana.
So let them know, you know, what he's trying to tell you basically is that because Louisiana, we have so many people in our jails from Louisiana, we have buses coming 1 to 2 times a week to shuffle in people from and to Louisiana. So if you were to waive within the next couple of days, they'll probably have you back in Louisiana as opposed to someone dropping 10,000. You said 10,000?
So yes.
As opposed to someone dropping 10,000 to get you out to go turn yourself in within the next 2 weeks. It's up to you. I'm just letting you know what it is, and then you guys can decide what you want to do. Has she waived already?
She's waived, that's why I can stand down if you want to talk to her.
Once, because you have already waived, so we give them a certain amount of time to come pick you up. If they don't come get you within that time, we release you. Once, if you want to post bond, you have to withdraw that waiver and you lose all the time that you've accrued toward that. I'll let it explain to you, and you guys tell me what you want to do.
Yes, Judge. Okay. And Judge, I guess we need to have Bushnell and DeRoyan brought out as well for their pre-signed waivers.
Just enter the waivers, unless you don't want them to come out to enter, then
I don't care. Just have them sign it and get it. Yeah.
Well, they don't really need to sign, pre-signed.
And just explain to them if they have a problem, or if they don't believe you, or they're giving you a hard time, just let me know.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Garza.
Have you ever wanted to see your home from space? With this free satellite Earth Maps tool, you can zoom.
Sir, you're charged with reckless driving. You're facing up to 30 days in jail and or a $500 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 24th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, an undercover law enforcement officer observed a vehicle conducting multiple donuts in a parking lot in close proximity to other vehicles and pedestrians. The law enforcement officer maintained visual of the vehicle until another law enforcement officer was able to conduct a traffic stop of the vehicle and detain the defendant. The defendant admitted he was the one driving the vehicle and doing donuts.
Mr. Garza, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Does he have a license?
It is eligible, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to participate in these types of activities anymore. Racing, street takeovers, donuts, reckless driving. If I find that you do, first I'm going to put you in jail. The next thing I will take your ability to drive away. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, sir?
17.
Do you want a court-appointed lawyer?
So what's up?
You need a lawyer to represent you. Do you know if your family's going to hire you one, or do you want to apply? Okay, so you don't want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer. Okay. I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign and reset. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while I get your bond conditions. Don't drive maniacally. Do you understand? You are also not allowed to drive unless you have car insurance in your name as well. If I find that you do, and without it, it's not going to go well.
Yes, sir.
Come on. All right. Good morning, Mr. Ramirez.
Good morning, sir.
Sir, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 27, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a major accident. The law enforcement officer observed a house with damage to the garage and the front of the house. Additionally, a Harris County Constable patrol vehicle was parked in front of another home and was damaged. The law enforcement officer observed the defendant's motor vehicle to have damage as well. The law enforcement officer observed the defendant to match the description given by dispatch and detained the defendant. The law enforcement officer met with a witness who recorded the accident and spotted the defendant as the driver. The law enforcement officer ID'd the defendant by his Texas driver's license. The law enforcement officer observed a strong odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from the defendant's breath, red bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech. The defendant declined to perform standard field sobriety tests. The DIC was read and the defendant agreed to provide a sample. However, due to the defendant's age, the law enforcement officer obtained a blood warrant, which was then executed.
Any prior DWIs?
No, Judge.
License?
License.
Okay, Mr. Ramirez, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, it's not going to go well for you. I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you become a danger to my city, I'm going to do everything in my power to protect you. You're not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name.
Yes, sir.
How old are you, sir?
18.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer?
Might, possibly, yes, sir. Not sure. I did just apply to a point.
Are you working? What do you do with yourself?
Yes, sir, I do work. I'm an employed full-time cashier at Bunsa within Katy, but the money.
Don't, I just want to know if you're working.
Oh, yes, sir.
All right, good job. So I'm going to appoint your lawyer today.
Thanks, sir.
Don't use. I don't care where you're going, what you're doing. I don't care if it's Jesus asked you to break bread. Don't use. It's not going to go well. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we have you sign conditions and find your lawyer.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Good morning, Miss Reed.
Good morning.
Ma'am, you're charged with theft. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 26, 2025, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a Target store in reference to a shoplifter in Harris County, Texas. The law enforcement officer spoke with the complaining witness, the loss prevention officer, who stated that the defendant was observed on videotape obtaining items without payment. The defendant was observed on camera grabbing multiple items of merchandise, placing them in her backpack, and bypassing all points of sale without attempting to pay for the items. The complaining witness stopped the defendant after they had passed all points of sale, and the defendant was ID'd by name and date of birth. The total value of the items taken was $119.97.
The co-defendant?
Let me check.
Ms. Reed, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go to any target for any reason. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you do, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Likewise, don't pick up any new cases. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, ma'am? Okay, we can have you fill. Does she fill one out?
Yes, Jay Reed?
Yeah. Okay, you're currently in school?
Yes, sir.
Are you in school full-time?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to appoint your lawyer, ma'am. If you want to go to Victoria, we'll have you sign a reset. After that, we'll have you take you sit in the jury box while we find you a lawyer, and then we'll have you sign bond conditions as well, ma'am. Thanks. Good morning, Ms. Reyes. You were charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. The right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 25th, 2025, a law enforcement officer was dispatched regarding a DWI investigation in Harris County, Texas. The law enforcement officer who conducted the traffic stop stated he observed the motor vehicle traveling the wrong way down Commerce Street. The law enforcement officer stated to the investigating officer that he observed red glossy eyes. The other law enforcement officer arrived on scene and observed bloodshot glossy eyes. The defendant admitted to drinking small margarita sample-sized drinks. The defendant stated she did not know she was traveling the wrong way down the street. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. A 6 out of 6 was reported on the HGN, a 2 out of 8 on the walk and turn, and a 3 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The defendant consented to a roadside preliminary breath test yielding a 0.12. The DIC was read, and the defendant agreed to provide a breath sample for the breath test strip reading a 0.086 and a 0.088.
Okay. Ms. Reyes, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to test you. If I find that you're using, I will put you in jail. You understand, man? Any prior DWIs?
No prior DWIs.
License?
Eligible.
Okay. You are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid license and insurance in your name. You understand? That is also a condition of your bond. I will appoint your lawyer today. So what we'll have you do now is I'm going to have you head on over to Victoria, sign a reset. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box. I'm going to get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and we'll have you speak to a lawyer here momentarily, ma'am. Okay? Please. You are Marcus Taylor. Mr. Taylor, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 27, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, Law enforcement officers were dispatched to a disturbance / unknown weapon call. The law enforcement officer met with the complaining witness, who stated he is an employee of the state veterans home on the nursing staff.
John Garza?
The complaining witness states that the defendant is unwelcome at the facility and has been asked to leave on multiple occasions, and the defendant has refused to do so. The complaining witness stated the defendant was attempting to have his grandfather sign power of attorney paperwork. However, nurses intervened due to the grandfather being diagnosed with dementia. The complaining witness states that the defendant used force to remove the complaining witness from the grandfather's room by pushing the complaining witness on the chest with his hands. The complaining witness stated he felt pain. The complaining witness positively ID'd the defendant. Law enforcement officers detained the defendant without incident.
Mr. Taylor, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to go back to this location. Do you understand? If you violate these conditions, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, no more PR bonds. You were also ordered as a condition not to be in possession of any weapons as well. We are going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I will have you go to Victoria Center recess. After that, we'll have you take your seat in the jury box. While we get your bond conditions, we'll have you sign it. And after that, you'll be free to go.
This is affidavit, Judge.
This one, Judge, is page 2. Avila, Diaz.
And do you another bench keep coming down to?
Yeah.
Judge, those bond conditions, do we want to do no returning to?
No. You don't need to do anything because I'm going to have her monitored like.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we'll get to it in a second. Come up. You are Marvin Avila Diaz.
Yes, Marvin Aguilar Diaz. Yes, sir.
You were charged with assault of a family member. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed for you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 26, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a disturbance call. Officers met with the complaining witness, who stated that the defendant and him are in a dating relationship. The complaining witness stated that they had just dropped friends off and started to argue about the vehicle they were driving. The argument became physical, and the defendant struck the complaining witness in the face with a closed fist multiple times, causing bleeding and pain. The officers observed the complaining witness to have dried blood on his face. Let me take a closer look here, Judge.
Mr. Avila Diaz, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. Any with alcohol or anything with factor? I am ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case, not to be in possession of weapons. Mr. Avila, I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, it's very possible they put a detainer on you and you will be stuck in custody until this case is over with, and then you get shipped to immigration. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Get no more warnings. Mr. Avila, I'm going to protect my city at all costs, and if that means putting you in jail, I'll do it in a moment's notice.
Judge, the law enforcement officer observes the defendant to be in the vehicle, but to be on the front right passenger side. And it does not indicate that alcohol was a factor.
There is a protective order that has been issued in this case. Yet to know it. If you do something to violate this protective order, the state can and will probably file a violation of protective order against you. And that is one of the worst cases that you can make up. Are you working at this time?
No, sir.
Are you in school full-time?
Estudiando. Ya terminé. I completed it.
There's tacos. Then there's Zaxby's chicken finger tacos. Get them any way you want in Chipotle.
It's time for you to do something. You need to either work full-time or you need to be in school full-time, but doing nothing, it's not going to work. That is also a condition of law. I will appoint you a lawyer today, but I'm going to bring you back in several weeks to see what you have done to get a full-time job. If it's nothing,
Voy a averiguar qué estás haciendo para
do
conseguir.
you understand?
¿Entendió? Contéstela pues.
I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria. After that, I'm going to have you take your seat in the jury box while we create your bond conditions.
Siempre vas a hablar.
Mr. Yepes Ovidio, you are charged with tampering with the government's record. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On April 26, 2024, a law enforcement officer was on patrol in Harris County, Texas, when he observed a motor vehicle going 82 miles per hour in a 65 mile per hour zone. A traffic stop was conducted. The law enforcement officer ran the plates and came back with no records. The defendant stated he did not speak English. The law enforcement officer discovered a case report was made on March 27, 2025, with the same vehicle in question, displaying a paper plate, but with the matching VIN number of the vehicle, with no record shown on the vehicle. A Spanish-speaking law enforcement officer was informed by the defendant that the defendant purchased the car 3 days ago on Facebook Marketplace and was given that paper dealer temporary tag. The defendant was questioned about the March 27th incident, to which the defendant admitted he was in possession of the vehicle during that incident as well. The defendant then admitted to operating a motor vehicle with a fake temporary tag on the vehicle. The defendant further informed the law enforcement officer that he purchased the plates off Facebook Marketplace and met up with a guy 3 days prior to the incident in a Walmart parking lot to receive the fake plates. The defendant was positively identified by his citizenship card from Peru and Venezuela.
License? Mr. Yepes Ovidio, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. If you do not have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, you are not allowed to drive, and that is a condition of your bond. If I find that you violate these conditions, I will put you in jail. I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with permission and you go to jail, immigration finds you because they sweep it hourly. They will put a detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in there until this case is over with. And then you get shipped off to immigration. Do you understand?
Judge, there's no driver's license information populating for the.
This is an affidavit. This is a promise you're going to make to me that you're not going to drive. I don't care what your excuse is. I don't care what your justification is. If you drive, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand? Okay. We're going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, I'll have you take a seat in the jury box or conditions ready. Have you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor. Speak up loud enough for me to hear you.
Good morning, Mr. Melchor. You're charged with driving while intoxicated. You have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you've done. You need to understand that after today, this charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. If you ever get pulled over, which is going to happen, an officer is going to look up your record. If they see that you have a pride to the eye and they roll up to your window and they smell alcohol or dope, it's probably not going to go well for you. So what we're doing today, from now on, is a minimum of 30 days in jail. not to mention a $6,000 supervisory fee. And if you don't pay it, every $100 you owe, you sit 1 day in jail. Understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, the right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, there's no turning back. This is what you want to do. How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to 3 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I'm going to suspend your license for 180 days, sir. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe we be excused.
Good morning.
So I'm here on Mitchell Estrada. Gary Tabachman said he spoke to you yesterday on the
Yeah.
phone.
Do you have the cause number?
No, cause number in Harris County.
No, but for the other case in
No,
court.
it's, there are temporary case numbers, some of us.
I know, but the cause number for the court 11 case, because that'll help us pull it up.
Spin.
But that'll work too. What is this?
I have to spit it. 030-604-31. I'm glad Gary spoke to you because he told me.
Blaze, I need your help real quick.
Absolutely.
Can I give you a call? Oh, she pled already?
Not that I'm aware of. On what case are you looking?
Is it Mitchell Estrada?
Yes.
Oh, I thought she had an open DWI. She only has these two out of county.
Two in Lee County. She has no cases here.
Okay. Can I give you a cause number?
Is this Michelle Estrada?
Mitchell,
Yeah, yes, I see that.
So she has 2 out-of-county cases from Lee County. They're asking for a bond to be set so that she can bond out and go back to Lee County. Because otherwise, essentially, whenever you get picked up in Harris County
Right.
for a case that's out of county, Harris County holds you here for 10 days. And at that point, if the out-of-county doesn't come get you, I give them a PR bond.
Is there not a, so that's where I guess my confusion is.
She's been in custody. The hold was placed on the 29th, so she must have been arrested here this past Tuesday. And at that point, Harris County told Lee County, hey, we got your person. So Lee County puts the hold.
I'm trying to figure out, so we don't have any charges. Correct.
You do not.
Yeah, it looks like she got taken out class Ds. I mean, that's, however you do it, Judge.
She has a bail jumping, and I wanted to just run it by you guys and see. One is a bail jumping, and another one is a PCS 1 to 4.
Can I talk to David Fleischier? I think it's also legit. Yeah.
I have not, probably in the entire time I've had this, we've only had this one other time where it's been an issue like this, where we've had someone come and ask for a bond on an out-of-county case. So I want to make sure that.
Never sue the person who hit you after a car accident. I just got $100,000 for an accident I was in last.
I guess everybody involved is.
I understand. It was really, I got a text this morning. Is anyone in state court? I said, yes, I am.
I mean, I'm not, do we have her?
No, because it's a temporary case number. It's not even a court filing.
The thing is that we're not going to get her here until the 10th day pops up. So she's basically just sitting in a holding cell in 1200 Baker until. So what happens if we set you a bond now, you have to go let her know that the bond has been set. She has to make it as soon as she gets out. She has to go turn herself in Lee County. Because otherwise she's just not going to know. So they want a bond set so she doesn't sit there for the next 10 days or 8 days.
But the issue with this one, and this is largely outside of the DA's office role in the out-of-county. For this
No,
one.
but I wanted to
I know. But the issue with this one is equivalent to whenever I request the interstate compact agreement to be entered, is we're largely divorced from that proceeding, and the hold is placed with the sheriff's office. So they communicate with the demanding jurisdiction. If anything's going to happen, it's going to be with their jurisdiction and our sheriff's office. So for the most part, there's no active matter in this court to be contested directly. And like, there's nothing that can be
set her a bond.
But there's no case to set a bond to. That's my point. Is right now there's nothing filed. There's no case number to enter in filings for. So it's like the interstate compact agreement. If somebody asks to
Do you
set a
hear
bond,
that? So there's no,
Because sometimes they do create a case. That does happen. I've seen it before. You've seen it
basically
before.
what he's saying is until the 10th day, no case number is created for me to attach a bond to.
Right. So there's nothing to be filed because there's nothing to be entered into. So it's filing documents for a case that doesn't exist. For the hold itself, there's numerous reasons the hold can be created without a case being created. And this is just one of those administrative mechanisms that happen between.
There has to be a way that we can give a
that's-
bond or a
but-
PR bond or some way to release it.
Right, but typically, and this is largely where I have to kind of take a step back, but if it's the demanding county that's wanting them, that's where the conversation should be. Because they're step one.
Have you reached out to Lee County yet? And I forgot to ask this Gary yesterday.
I was just told to come by about an hour ago.
Because it'd be the equivalent of if there's an out-of-state jurisdiction that withdraws their hold or their warrant, is I would ultimately
Is there a
dismiss
way
the
that I
case.
can bond?
On a February case?
Do me this. Give me a second. Let me reach out to admin to see what more we can do.
Oh, in terms of if the clerk's office, if that's the one, and that's again.
Yeah, can you give me, let me kind of thin it out a little bit, to help the lawyers that are waiting. And then, because it's going to take more time for me to reach out to admin to see what I can do.
I'll hang out.
Yeah, just give me, and I'm sorry that you have to wait. Do you want to go? Leave me your cell phone and then I can text you so you don't have to wait. And then you can always Zoom. So we don't have to just sit and wait.
Do that.
Yeah.
I was appointed on Marvin Avila this morning, Judge.
He's on bond.
He's on bond.
Oh.
So I understand that well, there was magistrate's conditions that were done onto it, but I understand that
All he did was no contact, no weapons, and he's not doing anything now. So hopefully we can either work full-time, get into school, or do something. He's, doing something.
they did the RIF this morning. The person says that they just called the police to get things sorted out, but that they didn't want to press charges onto it. So the state had asked for no threatening, harassing it. That's what's already on there. And then
I ordered no contact, but have you guys reached out to the complaining witness in this case?
they did, the RIF's been done. And then the message between Sebastian and them.
Judge, the state's willing to agree to threatening or harassing and to remove a residency restriction.
Okay. Come up.
¿Quiere que le traduzca? Le voy a estar traduciendo lo que diga el juez.
Two things.
Dos cosas.
I want you to understand
Quiero que entienda usted.
that I've had to take in a bunch of people in jail today
Ha arrestado a varias personas en la fecha de hoy,
because they continue to violate the conditions.
violando las condiciones de fianza.
I've already warned you
Ya te di la
about whether
amonestación
you
tocante
appear with permission and what the
a las
consequences if you're not.
consecuencias si no sigue las reglas.
I will modify the
Se
conditions
lo voy a modificar las reglas por ahora
threatening or
para que
harassing
no tenga
contact.
contacto amenazante.
You need to understand what is threatening or harassing.
Es,
Doesn't matter what you
caso.
think.
no es lo que usted piensa,
It is what they perceive.
es lo que ellos perciben ellos.
If I go like this, is
Yo
that
voy así.
threatening or harassing?
¿Es amenazante?
It is.
Sí es.
And you in jail.
Y lo puede estar en la cárcel rápidamente.
Is there a protective order in this case? Yes, there is a protective
Hay
order.
una orden de alejamiento.
Right, so we'll modify that.
Va a ser modificada.
Mr. Avila,
Señora Ávila,
when people have too
cuando la
much
gente
time on
tenga
their
demasiado
hands,
tiempo en su tiempo,
they
en sus
become
manos,
self-destructive.
entonces empiezan a destruir ellos mismos. ¿Qué edad tiene usted?
21.
21.
You're 21 and
Yo
you're
soy
doing
21 años. Y
absolutely
no está haciendo nada.
that's not going to work.
No es aceptable.
I want you to be a
Quiero que usted sea una persona productiva, sea trabajando o esté en la escuela.
and I'm going to bring you back with
Y
an
vamos a regresar
sure.
en las próximas semanas para verificar
Do
qué
you
es lo que está
understand?
pasando. ¿Entiende usted eso?
Hey.
Your work
workflow is important to us. Please wait indefinitely.
With Monday.com's intuitive work management platform.
All right.
Está bien.
Steve.
No, todavía no, señor, porque va a firmar las condiciones. Okay. Entonces tome asiento hasta que ellos pasen
Thanks,
sus
Juan.
nombres. Thank you.
We'll modify everything now.
Judge, you ready to go over a few?
Give me 1 second. Let me do I have
Oh, yeah, no
a ton of bail
problem.
orders. Good morning, Ms. Smith. Ma'am, you're charged with 2 cases. You're charged with assault of a family member. You're also charged with a garden variety assault. Both of those are Class A misdemeanors. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 26, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to a disturbance call. The officer interviewed the complaining witness on scene and found that the defendant observed the second complaining witness, another woman, and complaining witness 1, her boyfriend, open the apartment door. The defendant attacked complaining witness 1, leaving visible scratch marks on her chest, shoulder, and hand. The defendant then yelled at complaining witness 2, a stranger who tried to hide in a closet, when the defendant followed her and slammed the door on her toe, causing pain and her toenail to come off. The defendant then went downstairs and smashed complaining witness 1's front windshield.
So we have, I guess, the girlfriend and then just an unknown person.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Smith, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the cases. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with either of the complaining witnesses and not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand?
Yes.
If I find that you violate these conditions, if I find that you pick up any new cases, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. You understand?
Yes.
You can see if there's a protective order that's been issued. There is a protective order that's been issued on the 27th of last month. I would get to know it. If you do something to violate the protective order, the state can and probably will file additional cases against you, violation of protective order. It's one of the worst cases you can pick up. So know what you can and can't do. You've got a great lawyer here. Listen to him and he will take care of you. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with him and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court. For now, we will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. You will then take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions. We'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thanks, guys. So can you file no contact, no weapons on both of the cases, please? So you are Ms. Martinez. Ms. Martinez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, ma'am. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. On April 26, 2025, a law enforcement officer observed a motor vehicle fail to slow down as it crossed train tracks, causing all 4 tires to come off the ground and the vehicle to go airborne. The law enforcement officer observed the motor vehicle land, lose control, and nearly crash. A traffic stop was conducted. The law enforcement officer contacted the driver and the sole occupant of the motor vehicle, who he observed to have glossy eyes and a strong odor of alcoholic beverage emitting from her breath. The defendant stated she was just at a bar called the Sugar Room. The defendant stated she had 3 alcoholic beverages. The defendant stated she had chronic back pain, but was willing to perform the standard field sobriety tests. A 6 out of 6 was recorded on the HDM, a 4 out of 8 on the walk and turn, a 3 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The law enforcement officer observed a receipt in the defendant's purse showing she had purchased 8 alcoholic beverages throughout the night. The defendant refused breath. A blood warrant was signed and executed.
Okay. Any prior DWI? Okay.
So, Your Honor, there's no traffic offense stated. He claims that the car went airborne, all dukes of hazard.
Sure.
Yet there's no evidence to support that. I mean, did all wheels come off?
This is a probable cause hearing, right? We're not going to get evidence at this point. You know, I think that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward. Now, it doesn't mean you're guilty, but it's enough to go forward for now. Ms. Martinez, I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause, and I am ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, we will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR. Understand? Because you have a lawyer, we will waive your appearance. You don't need to waste your time coming to court, but you must stay in touch with Mr. Butler and he'll tell you when you have to come back to court. For now, we'll have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box while you get to pretrial services, sign your documents, and then you.
All right, appreciate it.
Good morning, Mr. Marshall. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sir, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 25th, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer conducted a traffic stop on a vehicle going 58 in a 40-mile-per-hour zone. The law enforcement officer made contact with the defendant driver and could see in plain view a pistol and a bag of marijuana next to the defendant. The law enforcement officer detained the defendant and found another bag of marijuana in the defendant's jacket pocket.
Okay. Mr. Marshall, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. While this case is open, I'm warning you not to be in possession of weapons. Do you understand? If I find that you do, if you become a danger to my city, it's not going to go well for you. You just had a case dismissed not a month and a half ago, and now you're here again. Don't be a danger to my city. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Because you have a lawyer, we will waive your appearance, but you must stay in touch with him and he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. Don't pick up any new cases. Can you, does he have a, you said he was driving, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you run him? Does he have a license?
Yes, I'll run it right now.
You are not allowed to drive unless you have a valid Texas driver license and liability insurance in your name. You must maintain car insurance. That is also a condition of your bond. If I find it, good morning, Mr. Bora. How's jail?
No.
Ok, eso es solo. ¿Cómo está la cárcel?
How's jail?
¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo es la cárcel?
Fea.
Good. You now have picked up another DWI while you're on bond for DWI. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On October 13th, 2024, officers were dispatched in regard to a traffic hazard at West Belfort and Nobility Drive in Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, officers met with the defendant, who was observed to be parked on northbound lane with her truck on and in park and asleep at the wheel. When the defendant finally woke up after multiple attempts, the officers observed glassy eyes, constricted pupils, an odor of an alcoholic beverage, and swaying, as well as multiple open and closed alcoholic containers in the vehicle, and spilled alcohol in the front portion.
Alcohol in the car while she's driving?
Yes, she was not the only occupant. The defendant admitted to consuming alcohol prior to operating the vehicle. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 2 out of 6, walk and turn 4 out of 8, in the one leg stand.
But not too fast, man. Thanks.
2 out of 4.
Dos de cuatro pistas en el paro de una pierna.
DIC was read,
Se leyó.
and the defendant consented to breath test.
Consentimiento previo.
The results were 0.162 and 0.156.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Is that her? Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. What is that?
¿Qué es eso?
I don't think she reads English or
Okay.
You want me to ask her if she knows if that's her signature?
Te firmó, diciendo que no vas a manejar. Sí.
Es mi juramento.
It's my swearing. My affidavit.
I want to express my deepest disappointment
Molestia más profunda.
and we ordered you not to drive and you promised us you would not drive. And now you picked up another DWI.
Otro caso de manejo ebrio.
I've already spoken with the state. We're gonna see what we need to work for that.
I don't know if I'm going to take anything today, Marcos.
She has been in custody for 2 days, Your Honor. I understand.
It screams to me that there are issues, and the last thing I want is to have her go back out there and kill someone. I mean, we have 2 DWIs in rapid succession, .19, and a bunch of alcohol in the car.
I will say, Your Honor,
Allegedly.
and I've already spoken with the state about the first one. The first one is not a strong case for the state. She's the one who called 911 because she was assaulted outside of a club. The fire department got there before the officers. They saw her in the passenger seat with a bloody face. And her arm was injured as well. I've already spoke with the state.
I don't remember. All I know that there was enough PC to go forward. There's an affidavit. She promised us she's not going to drive.
I understand. There's also a question on the second one as to whether she was operating or not. There are 3 people in the vehicle. And again, all of this, we're going to try to flush out with the evidence.
Sure.
That's where I was going to try to get her a bond.
I am going to set a bond, but I'm going to tell you now, because she drove in violation of the affidavit, I'm going to make it a high bond.
I understand.
You know, I'm setting both of your bonds at $15,000.
She does have an ISOL, Judge, so that's why, in light of that fact,
She does have an ISOL?
we just found out this morning, Your Honor.
Now have an immigration detainer. Do you realize what this means? Who do you have here that depends on you? Do you have any?
My two sons.
How old are they?
¿Qué edad tienen ellos?
La niña 2 años va a cumplir el 20 de octubre y mi niño va a cumplir 6 años el 23 de diciembre.
October, my daughter will be 2 years old, and my boy in December will be 6 years old, I believe. 6 años, Jim?
I was going to suggest, in the event that you wanted to work something out, that I was wanting to do a TRAS to see how best to go forward. But now with an immigration detainer, that's just, there's no, let me ask you this. Do you think that you'll be able to get her an immigration bond? Do you want to try?
She already has an immigration attorney. There may be a chance.
Perhaps
she's only been in the country 3 years.
I don't know.
But if she were to keep both cases open and pay the bond here and go to immigration, the 2 open DWIs, I don't anticipate them giving her a bond. At all. She'd be a danger to the community.
You guys want to try or no?
We can always try, but she would rather, she's not gonna be able to pay those 2 bonds and an immigration bond. And a lot of the fact that the first DWI is pretty weak. We're gonna resolve both cases, dismiss one, clear one, and then have her sent to immigration, and then her immigration attorney is gonna try to get her bond. With
Person then try to get a bond?
One, she's over there, yes, because if she goes over there with 2 DWI, she's not.
Porque si vaya con 2 casos de manejo, no le van a dar fianza, yo entiendo. Eso es porque.
One mistake can literally cost you your entire life. And I don't know if you understand or get the gravity of it. I hope one day you do. One simple mistake. Over. Like I said, I'm going to find that there's probable cause. I'm ordering you, if you get out on one ankle, to put a GPS monitor and not to be out in the middle of the night. You will be given a 9 p.m. or 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew. On your other ankle, you will get a scram monitor, so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. Again, I'm ordering you not to drive, but like we've said, there's an immigration detainer, so the likelihood of you getting out is probably pretty slim. Regardless, I'm going to set both bonds, or I'll set the new bond at $15,000.
And what, Your Honor?
$15,000.
Su caso nuevo.
15,000 even?
Excuse me.
Yeah, 15,001. And I'm gonna do the other one as well, 15,001 as well. You wanna set off a week, 2 weeks? What do you wanna do? I don't know if I'm prepared to do something today.
Estoy preparado para hacer algo en este caso. Hágase más
Can I run another court, handle some other stuff?
Otro
Then
tribunal.
Of course.
come back, then I'll talk.
Take your time. I mean,
Tu tiempo.
I'm never gonna say no.
Voy a decir que no.
I guess we'll talk.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
For sure.
El oficial.
Judge, we have one more.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Woods. Trevion Woods. Mr. Woods, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Or make it the cause number for this.
2533-007.
Okay. Officers observed the defendant walking in the middle of the street when a sidewalk was available next to him. And the officers asked the defendant for his Texas driver's license.
Again,
Yes, Your Honor.
jaywalking,
Yes, Your Honor.
again,
The officers discovered a warrant out for the defendant's arrest out of McLennan County for aggravated sexual assault of a child. And the officers detained the defendant and discovered a gun and 6 grams of marijuana.
hold on. So what, walking while,
It was walking in the middle of the
while
street.
black again? Again, jaywalking? Where?
Let me read the office report.
It sounds like you're saying pursuant to the warrant.
They didn't know that. I mean, it just, unless the officer knew him, I mean.
Yes, Your Honor. The DIMS just says the officer observed the defendant not walking or walking in the middle of the street.
So, dude, you gotta be careful in this life, man. You know, just do the right thing. It's not hard, man. All right, I'm gonna find no probable cause, Mr. Woods. You gotta be careful, man, you know? So is he on bond currently for the other case now as well, or no? You know what? Doesn't even matter. Just be careful in this life. You have but one life. How old are you? You're 24. What are you doing now? Working, school? Good. Get your education. The more you educate yourself, the higher you're gonna rise up in life. It correlates with money too. The higher education you got, the more money you're gonna make in life, the better you are off. That's the rub. That's what you gotta do. All right? Okay, man. Hang tight for me, okay? Please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hi.
I am approaching on Ronald Smith.
Okay.
And so,
Oh, great.
Yes.
So I don't know why we had you not signed on.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I know I was talking to my client. So I had submitted I don't want you to think it was last minute. The motion on the sub was submitted in, okay, yeah, in the PTI packet that it wasn't submitted last minute either. That was done last month with the previous sheet. Okay.
Okay, don't worry.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
How long do you want?
Oh, just till the 30th. He's supposed to finish his anger management class on the 25th. And so, if we could just do the reset to the 30th, that works.
Okay with
for us. Okay.
He's not, he doesn't have it done, but he's gotta be here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, Yana.
Okay, you're okay. Ms. Sexton, Mr. Smith wants to talk with you. Do you want to talk with me?
Yeah, I guess.
Hi, Mr. Smith. How are you?
I just wanted to apologize for my banter towards you this whole time.
You don't have to. I love the tenacity. I love the chutzpah, which you will, but channel that in a great way. Because if you do, the sky's the limit. Really.
This would have been over and done had I just came and approached you in a correct way instead of just being angry.
You know, let me tell you a story. I got pulled over a while back. The officer came to me. He was so aggressive. Why did you run that red light? What's wrong with you? So I said, you know what? I know I stopped. I swear I stopped. But the officer came at me like crazy. And I said, you know, I'm sorry. I was an idiot. Just, I'll do better next time. You know what you did? You let me go. So sometimes when you tuck your tail, you get more. You get more with honey than you do with vinegar, right? And it's always when you're with a person in power, especially with a person that has the power of arrest, you buck up to them, it's over. You're always going to lose. Just, that's what you do. It's called maturity as well, you know?
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck, Mr. Smith. Ready?
We have Rudy Ochoa here.
Mr. Ochoa, come up.
Council for reset.
Mr. Ochoa, you're on bond for DWI. You've not picked up a new case. You picked up an interference with the duties of public. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On October 11th, 2024, officers responded to a call regarding sexual assault of a juvenile at an apartment in Harris County, Texas. Officers made contact with a family member and went upstairs to detain the defendant for investigation. The defendant refused to cooperate with verbal commands, tried to take control of the situation, tried to stall officers, and stated he did not need to be detained because he did not do anything. The officer physically escorted the defendant out the front door, during which the defendant argued with other family members, refused to cooperate, and actively pulled away from the officer.
So what was the result of the investigation? What happened? Was he the suspect in the sexual assault?
Your Honor, let me read the DIMS. I don't believe we have that information.
I asked before I approached and there was nothing in the notes.
There's no other information. They were just investigating the
Did he
reported sexual
cooperate? Obviously, when they had him in cuffs, he went and answered whatever question.
Obviously not.
He was pulling away, Your Honor.
No. After he was already, whatever they needed a question.
I asked you one thing. Actually, two things. You've not picked up a new case. Mr. Ochoa, I'm sorry, but I'm going to revoke your bond. Goes with you. I will keep the first bond it is. He's on bond on that first case. I'm just going to revoke the old one and I'll put it at 5,002.
Okay.
And then I guess just talk to me in a day or so if he's not able to make bond and I won't, you know.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
And then for the DWI, that I guess we're still waiting for station videos.
Okay. So he will auto-populate on tomorrow's docket.
Okay.
So if you want a different date, we can give you a different date. Or if he bonds out, which I'm assuming he's going to, they're going to give him a 7-day setting. And if he's unable to bond out, just come talk to me tomorrow and then we can work something. If he does bond out, he's going to get a 7-day setting and then let Victoria know and then you guys can have whatever day. I'm not going to modify any of the conditions. We'll just stay as is. Okay? Smith.
And Judge, you're looking at,
Janine.
Yes, sir. Have a please, Judge. We're gonna plead Mr. Walter Moses, Your Honor. We're proceeding on the assault of a family member case under cause number 2510200, Your Honor. And the state upon completion of the plea will dismiss cause number 2510615.
Good morning, Mr. Moses. How are you?
Good.
Shh. Why does this keep happening? This is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it's the 6th time you've picked up a kind of case where it's a violent case. Actually, 7. It keeps happening. Why? Why so much anger? Do you take any medication?
Yes, sir.
Do Do you stop taking the medication?
No, sir.
How do you get your medication when you're out there in the free world? When you picked up these two cases, had you stopped taking the medication?
No, sir.
You were still taking it?
I actually finished it.
Meaning, so you finished, you didn't have any more.
Still go pick it up.
Council for reset?
We had him TRAS. TRAS said mental health caseload, or what did they say? And that's what we're doing, right? Okay. What are the other alternatives that we have?
They want to do the mental health case, ISP, thinking for a change, and then they're gonna help them with the counseling. And they'll report, that's how they make sure that he,
What about paying for IOP and all that?
if he qualifies to be the top funded one, because it's been held responsible.
I mean, how do we make sure that he qualifies? Because I don't, Mr. Moses, do you work when you go out? When you're out of jail, do you work? Who do you live with?
Yes, sir. You want?
It's okay, Mr. D. Who do you live with? And when you leave here now, are you going to be able to stay with mom?
Yes, sir.
Do you know that for?
I don't know that for a fact you want.
Before you were in jail, who were you living with?
Yeah.
Council for reset?
One of the things that you're going to have to do is an intensive outpatient treatment. The problem is that it's expensive. It's not cheap. It's around $500 to $600 to do that. And I don't know if that's something that you have to be able to pay for. If not, I want to try to get you to, I want to see if we can pay for it. How do we?
I'll do an indigency form with him, and then he'll be placed on the wait list if he qualifies. He's on probation, or he'll be on probation.
If this fails, what else do we have at our disposal?
If this fails and he starts violating, then they'll place him in the That's how it is.
So I want you to understand, Mr. Moses, that we want this to work for you, but you also have to want it to work. If you do something to violate this agreement, you don't do your treatment, you don't stay up on your probation, if you just leave, one of the options is putting you in a residential facility. Do you understand what that means? That means that you will be in, it's not in the actual jail, it's at another facility, right? It's at a lockdown facility that you will not be able to leave, and then you'll be getting treatment. We are trying to do it this way so that you can try to do this while you're out there in the free world doing this by yourself. But if you're not able to, we're going to have to take other measures. Can you get this done? Do you know what's required for you to successfully finish? What do you have to do? Yes. What programs do you have to do? Do you know? You have to do anger management class, right?
Thinking for a
Thank you
change.
for a change.
Okay, so you have to do a thinking for a change, which is a class where teaches you how to think when you're in a bad situation. You also have to do outpatient treatment so that we know that you're actually speaking to people, working through any kind of anger issues that you may have.
Yes, sir. And substance abuse.
And substance abuse. No drugs, no alcohol. You cannot use any illegal drugs, including marijuana. No marijuana, no illegal drugs, and no alcohol. They're going to test you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If you complete this successfully, you do not end up with a conviction. But you need to understand that there's still.
You will be a convicted judge. It's straight probation.
Oh, it is straight.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. They-
Oh, I thought it was a
they told me
deferred.
Because he had the state jail conviction up in felony court and the numerous of cases that he had that were assaultive in nature that they were not willing to offer him.
Okay. This assault, it's going on your record. There's what's called an affirmative finding of family violence. If you pick up another case like this, you will be facing a third-degree felony. Minimum 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison if you ever pick up another assault like this again. Do you understand? That's years in prison, not days like you are here, years. You can never own a gun or ammunition as a result of this as well. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, so no guns, no ammunitions as well. I'm sorry, it's no weapons, right?
Yes.
No weapons. Weapons is a very loose term. If you have any questions about what a weapon is, you have to talk to a lawyer, but be very, very careful. You understand?
Sure.
You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you cannot change your mind. You must complete this, and it's a 2-year probation. You understand? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 1 year in jail. However, I will probate that for 2 years. You've already done the TRAS, so we don't need to do that, but intensive outpatient treatment, thinking for a change, and the mental health caseload. If you ever have a problem, come back to us here. We can help you if you come here. But if you just leave and don't do anything, that's the worst thing that can happen. Don't leave. Come back. Good things will happen if you come back. Are we okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Good luck, Mr. Moses. I hope that you can make it. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No. You spend it. Yes, hold on, Mr. D, I forgot something. Hold on, I forgot. Hey, I don't think he's gonna have anything to pay for anything, so we need, we gotta get him. Okay, I have to have you sign one more document that you need to understand, Mr. Moses, that you are now ineligible, meaning that you cannot have a firearm or ammunition. I'm going to read this to you so you understand this, okay? A firearm means any device designated, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using an energy generated by an explosion or burning substance, or any device readily convertible to that use. If you now possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have any questions about how long you will be ineligible, you must talk to a lawyer and they should be able to contact you and consult you about that. I need you to sign this so you understand that you cannot have any more weapons, okay? Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. D. Hey, Matt, how are you? Yeah, come on up.
This case,
That's the defendant?
yes, that is the defendant, Keener, Keener.
Okay, I see it.
I'm approaching to ask for more time, for a longer reset. This was a case, there was a 2B from December of 22.
Okay.
He posted bond, I think in May of 24, and he didn't hire anyone. He got a bunch of THA resets until August. So, I believe the RIP was just completed this morning and.
Discovery complete?
It is, Judge.
Is there an offer on the table?
to go over the discovery myself and with him, and then to.
I mean, well, of course we'll give you more time, but at some point there's got to be a resolution.
Absolutely,
So only
Judge.
165 days, so we'll give you another 30 days.
Okay, perfect.
But you got to be nearing.
I'll be on it, Judge.
Any offers? No offers?
There's no offers at this time, Your Honor.
Can you put one on, please? And then that way you have something to counter with as well. So, okay, gotcha. Have fun. Brandon. Hey.
I'm approaching on Mr. Battaglia, B-A-T-T.
Okay.
He was told to do a drug test today. His first setting was last week. And he did test positive for marijuana and nothing else. His first court appearance was last week, yeah.
You tested him?
I'm sorry, Jeff?
Test today?
He did.
Okay.
Just marijuana.
Okay, so. Here,
He's here, yeah.
bring him up real quick.
Yes, sir. Mr. Battaglia. And he knows, Judge, he's not doing anything. This is.
Good, I'm just gonna counsel him.
Yes, sir.
I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Did you?
Yes, sir.
Did he tell us?
I just asked you, I said marijuana. Before I approach.
No, you said that. I didn't say that.
So I thought you confirmed it was marijuana.
No, I thought you were saying it.
Okay, that was my misunderstanding.
That's not been confirmed.
Do you have the results?
No, I do not.
Okay, so let's wait on the results, but, okay, so don't use. So I'm not gonna test you after today, assuming it's, just that. I'm not gonna test you anymore until about 40 to 45 days after. If you test clean after that, wonderful, great. If you continue to test positive for marijuana, that tells us that you're continuing to smoke. No dice. Don't use at all. Don't hang out with anyone that's using. Don't go into a car if people are using.
Can I say something? I don't just use regular marijuana, sir, so,
You're not supposed to use anything that has anything.
I was using it. I use concentrated marijuana, so I might test positive after 9 days, but if your second level, you'll see that. Yes, it's positive.
I'm telling you no, Mr. Battaglia, okay? Don't use. Show me somewhere where it says it can still be in your system at 90 days. But otherwise, at 40 to 45 days, I'm going to test you again. Don't use. That tells me that, unless you prove to me otherwise. All right. Okay,
He
Brandon.
also was telling me maybe going to work in Corpus Christi. I know I would need to give you a letter, but.
Look, there's no travel restriction. As long as you're not violating the law, you're not picking up any new cases, doing anything to violate your conditions, I don't care where you go. Just if you get called for a drug test, beware that you might have to take a drug test because it's about randomness, right? So if you're out and about and you get called, you have to go to Quest Diagnostics and get a test there, and then you can send it to Brandon. We'll take that.
Yes, sir.
So that we don't have to come all the way back here.
Yes, sir. Do you want me to reapproach? I apologize, Your Honor.
Don't worry about it. We'll have him here. If something that there shouldn't be, I'll text you.
Thank you.
I got your number.
Okay.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
Hey, come on up. Good morning, Mr. Wingerter. Sir, you're charged with failure to identify oneself while being a fugitive from justice. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. One will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On October 10th, 2024, officers were dispatched to 350 East NASA Parkway in regard to a burglary alarm that went off. While checking the location, officers observed the defendant walking away from the business on the southeast side and ordered him to stop. Upon contact with the defendant advised he did not have an ID and gave the false name of Javier Vasquez, as well as a false date of birth. The officers gave the defendant an opportunity to give his real name twice, but the defendant asserted he was not lying both times. A pat down of the defendant revealed a glass pipe in his left pocket, and he was arrested for possession of drug paraphernalia. Subsequent to that, a fingerprint search was then conducted, which revealed the defendant's real name and showed he had an active warrant with the Harris County Sheriff's Office.
All right, Mr. Winter, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Planning on bonding out.
Ask for a PR bond.
Have you been given a PR bond in this case? Okay. I tell you that I think that everyone, at least one time, should be given and afforded the opportunity to do something right. And I will grant you a PR bond now. But if you take flight, if you take off and you don't come back, I'm going to be very hard pressed in the future. Do you understand? Here's the other thing though. I'm not going to give you a PR bond so you can just run the streets and just hang out on the street. I got to know that you have somewhere to go, someone that's going to care for you. You have somewhere to sleep, not just on the side of the street. Who do you have in your life that's with you now?
My uncle, I can stay with them. And they also got a place I can go.
How old are you? How old are you? 26. Where's mom and dad?
I haven't talked to my mom in a while. She was in jail last time I checked, and she hasn't.
She was in jail for what?
It was a charge, and she got picked up on the I haven't spoken to her. My father, he works out of town, but I can stay with him too.
Where's he living?
Where's he staying? He does industrial radiology. He goes out of town, like Mexico. That's where I'm certified to work too, but I just need to get on the job. But right now he's staying off of 249 in Fallbrook. There, I can catch a bus over there.
You're saying your dad lives in 249 in Fallbrook now?
My grandparents. Yeah, he stays there. My grandparents, and I can go stay there right now.
So let's do this. I've appointed Mr. Elick to represent you. I'd like to be able to verify that so that we know that you have a place to go to. And if so, I want to give you a PR bond. But like I said, I'm not giving you a PR bond so you can just run the street and create and wreak even more havoc. You have 2 open felonies now. I'm going to keep a very, very close eye on you, where you're going, what you're doing, so you don't get in trouble and so you're not using what they're alleging is being used. No dope, no alcohol, and I'm going to test you like crazy to make sure that you're not using. Do you understand? Okay, so do you mind?
I can step out and call.
Assuming, then I'll give him a PR bond.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think he's no bonded on his felonies right now, so that could change.
Oh.
But so it's not like he's going to just get out anyway.
I didn't,
you know.
Okay. I guess let's do that regardless. If you don't mind, Mr. Elick, let's
Sure,
see if he has a place to go to. And
we approach one side.
Okay, this is not a good way to go through, man. You're 26. You want to follow in mom's footsteps? That's not a good role model, man. This is not a good way to go. You're starting your life now. You have 1 felony dismissed. You now have another 2 felonies. Life doesn't get easier. It gets harder. The more felonies you rack up, you think you can make life easier for you? Come on, man.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to call anybody right now. I'm knocking down the bus and go straight to my grandparents. I don't have their numbers, but I know. I mean, if I was PR bonded, I know I could go straight.
What about your grandmother? You gave me her number.
I could call her, but she's not in town.
Give him something so that we have something to work with. We're not just going to throw you out, and we did that 2 times before. Look, you don't have to say anything. We just don't want you floating on the street doing nothing. That's it. All right.
I'll reapproach, Your Honor.
Thanks, Mr. Elick. Okay, hey.
Have a plea on a Lario.
Okay. Come up, Miss Luna.
Judge, there's an amendment to the plea. The state defense agreed to 40 hours of community service that the court also agrees.
What are we doing? What have you guys worked out?
You're deferred, Judge. Plea on 1, dismiss the other.
What about the weapons?
Forfeiture of both.
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing now?
Good job.
When is the last time you've had a full-time job? How old are you? What have you been doing with your life?
I graduated early.
If you graduate early, that must indicate you're somewhat smart. Mr. Luna, you're building yourself a future now. You're supposed to be working your butt now so that you have $1 million when you hit 40 to 50, perhaps 2 million, because otherwise you're going to be destitute when you hit that age. And I'm going to tell you now, life sucks without money. It really, really does. And what you're doing now is building yourself a life so that you have something when you get old and no one can take care of you and you're all decrepit. It's going to be really hard. I want to do this because I'm going to make sure that he's going to do something productive with your life. You now, within 30 days, must get a full-time job. And I'm going to make sure, because I'm going to make you come, and I'd like to know for certain whether he's got a job within 30 days. No drugs, no alcohol. I'm going to test you. Do you understand? I want to make sure that you're building yourself somewhat, and that you're doing something. What about a trade?
That's my third card. I'm waiting on it to come back. And then
Great. When are you going to get the results on that?
6 days. It's been a month.
Call him back. Call him back. Find out what happened. Find out what's taking him so long. Don't just sit there and wait for someone to hand you something. It's not going to happen. You got to go get it. So we're doing a year deferred. What else? What else?
40 hours community service, Judge.
You were charged with 2 counts of unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail on each of those cases. You worked out an agreement where they're offering you a 1-year deferred. Deferred is a type of probation that if you complete it successfully, you do not end up with a conviction on your record. And in exchange, you're going to dismiss one of your cases. What you need to understand, Mr. Luna, is you give up nearly every right known to man by entering this agreement. And if you fail at this agreement, you authorize us to put you in jail for an entire year. 365 days in jail if you violate this probation. Do you understand? I want you to do well, and I'll make you a deal that if you work and you do well, I'll take you off in half the time as a reward for doing well. And I'll make you a double reward. If you are able to get into a trade school education or some kind of trade like that, I will deem your community service hours waived. I'm taking off 100 hours of community service if you get into a trade school, like pipe fitting. What's the other one? Welding. That's what you do, because that's where you can make a lot of money. $20 an hour, $25 an hour. Kill it. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you're stuck with this until you complete it or violate it. If you violate this agreement, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to bring you back here, and we're going to talk about whether you violated it or not. And if you did, you're looking at an entire year. Do you understand? How do you plead to the offense of unlawful carrying of a weapon? I will not find you guilty. I will withhold that for a year. Part of the other agreement is that you will do thinking for a change, substance abuse education, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, forfeiture of the weapons. And I think that's it.
Did you get, Chief had mentioned that we agreed to 40 as opposed to 100 hours, Judge?
He did just say that, didn't he?
Yes,
Yes.
he did.
Okay.
sitting back there.
Oh,
I marked it on here.
yeah, sure.
But like I said, if you get into a trade school, get an education for some kind of trade like that, I'll deem it waived. I'll take it off. Do something with your life, Mr. Lumen. Don't be like these. All right, man. Good luck. If you ever have an issue, come back and talk to us. Don't just take off because that's the worst possible thing you could do. All right? And don't pick up a new case. Okay, guys?
Thank you, Judge.
Ma'am. Ms. Tillis, you're not going to look at me? Are you that upset? Shh. What's going on?
She had the older case. She picked up the new case. We do not have video on the newer case yet. However, the state has made an offer to time serve her on the older case and dismiss the newer one.
How long have you been in custody, ma'am?
A month and a half. She has 114 days credit on the older case, or she's been in for 114 days total on the older case and 55 on the new one.
Life, man. What do you do in life? Do you work? Do you go to school? Who do you live with?
I'm not able to complete school because I don't have the correct resources. I take care of my younger sister.
And she also
I
received.
don't want you to plead guilty just to get out of jail. I don't want that to happen because it's only hurting you even more than you are right now. But if I let you out, you've picked up 2 criminal mischief cases.
Pick up a job.
How old are you? Who do you have in your life now? Is your mom around? Ms. Tillis, I want to let you out, but I have to know that I'm not going to let you out to the street. I'm trying to talk to you to get to know you in the little time that I have to see how much I can trust you if I let you out. I'm sorry?
It's been a long trial and I'm tired.
Who do you have in your life that's ready to help you now if we let you out? Yourself. Do you have any parents around?
Judge, mom is around. She's just not in the picture.
Father? Do you have anyone in your life that's ready to help you out and give you a place to live?
We can set her up to go to the Harris Health Center.
I don't know if she knows what she's doing.
Okay.
I mean, we're not going to do this just to let you get out of the street because the street is not a safe place for you.
I don't have contact with him on a regular basis. But
Who are you living with before you picked up these 2 cases? Where? Did you have an apartment? Did you have?
house.
Who owned the house? I don't know if I feel comfortable. I don't want you to plead guilty just to get out, ma'am. But if you give me a place that you have that they'll take you in, I'll let you out. Will you talk to Anna to see what we can do to try to help you find housing?
I can't get housing.
Why not?
I have a SSI, but my SSI has been getting taken.
Do you have any other family members in your life that can help you out to give you a place to stay? Aunts, uncles, who?
I have a grandfather.
Is that someone that we can reach out to and speak to? Do you have the number that we can have Anna call and verify? And
What would we call her property at the jail?
I can't.
you don't know the phone number by heart? Do you know any phone numbers?
Judge, if you'd like, we can roll this a couple of days and I can reach out to the next social worker to have them.
I'm looking now for a phone number. I have one, but I don't know if that's her phone number or someone else's phone number. I'm going through all the paperwork now to see if I can find anything. Is this 7599, is that your number?
Yeah, the last four.
I don't want you to say it out loud now, but the last four numbers, do you know what your phone number is?
Right, but do you know the number? There's a number that's on the paperwork.
There's not emergency contact.
Okay,
Wonderful. Can you reach out to that? And I'm gonna give it to you now.
I can do that, Judge.
Okay, can you please reach out to them, please? And if we can find her housing, I'll give her a piano fund. I don't want to just plead guilty just to plead guilty to get out, okay? I want find anything so that we can do it. And if we can have her talk to social worker, figure out housing and help with the SSI back so that she has some kind of income coming in. This is the phone number I have. And then if you maybe 2 days, let's not take long. If you need any help, if you need any kind, like if you need investigative money to find any kind of relative for her, just anything you need. Hey.
Just wait on my file for a plea, Judge.
Okay. Yeah.
You're moving inside of it?
Oh, that's a no-go. Jeremiah Julian. Good morning, Mr. Julian. Oof. Oof. So you were on bond for an unlawful carrying of a weapon, a felony PCS, a criminal trespass with a deadly weapon, failure to ID, and then another unlawful carrying of a weapon. So you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 open cases. What are we doing?
It's time served on one of the unlawful carry of weapon cases, and they're dismissing the others, Judge. He'll still have to resolve his felony.
And that's still open at this point?
Yes, Judge.
As part of the agreement is forfeiture of the weapon, I would presume.
Yes, Judge. George was pretty specific about that.
Okay, so Mr. Julian, you've worked out just a tremendous deal. They're going to dismiss 3 of the cases in exchange for your plea on one of them, okay? What you really need to understand is that this charge is going to go on your record. And you will be facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any weapons that you pick up. Or I'm sorry, any cases that you pick up, you're looking at a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand? This charge will go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. You give up all your rights, basically entering into this plea bargain agreement saying, look, I don't want a trial. I don't want to talk to witnesses. I don't want to confront and cross-examine my accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, you can never undo this or change this. It will go on your record and it'll be there forever. Is this what you want to do? How do you plead to the offense of unlawful carrying of a weapon? You also need to understand is that the weapons in all of these cases will be forfeit. You will not get them back.
But that was only for one case. The case that I
Well,
had.
that's for all cases.
Okay, yes. Can I tell you something? I mean,
Sure.
I don't know if I can speak. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they say don't speak to the lawyer, the judge.
Are you talking about the facts of your cases?
Yes.
So you can't, he's not going to do anything about the facts of your case. That's a separate issue.
I want to tell you this, like, the new cases that I just caught, I was trying to do a non-arrest bond, and I had caught a case at my house. Like, this is my home address, and they told me I was trespassing basically at my home. And then the gun was my mother's, and
You're dismissing all those cases. You know what I mean? So you're only pleading to one of the cases and they're dismissing the other three. So if you're not pleading guilty to those cases, they're dismissing all of them. So the problem is that part of the plea bargain is that you can't get these guns back, at least two of them. We only have two, right? Yeah, you can't get those back.
Okay.
Do you understand that? Okay. Do you still want to do this? All right. How do you plead to the offense? I will find you guilty, sentence you to 10 days in jail. I'll give you credit for the 8 days that you've done. Unfortunately, we still have you here because you still have your case upstairs. Just be careful. If you get on probation, take it seriously because you're facing a lot of time. Okay? All right. Good luck, Mr. Lynn.
Thank you, Judge.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Lynn.
I'm reapproaching on Mr. Wingerter. I did speak with his father. His father doesn't really live here. I think he comes back and forth, you know. He did. I didn't actually get that. I was kind of just asking where, you know, would he have a place to stay? And, you know, it's kind of a yes and no at this point. I think, well, they want him, you know, I think they wanted to.
Morning, Miss Berry. Okay, Mr. Berry, we're bringing you out now because your lawyer has asked for me to set you a bond.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. You know, I've got two main concerns. First, most importantly, are you a danger to my public? And number two, equally as important, are you going to go back to the jurisdiction you're wanted from?
Just wait. No.
I'll give you a chance. I know that you're going to tell me that it's gumdrops and rainbows and you know, I get it.
Sir.
But the way that I get to know you is how you look on paper, because that tells me who you are,
Sir.
not what's in here, because a lot of people tell me things and when they walk out the door, they turn into someone completely different.
Sir.
And so that will really tell me who you are.
Sir.
Okay. I will give you the opportunity to speak. I'm going to give her the opportunity to speak as well. I'd like to know, number one, where is he wanted from, what for, and what kind of priors does he have?
Yes, Judge. He's wanted out of Fulton County, Georgia. On the front cover of the fugitive page, it states that he's wanted for theft of taking, but I did a little bit of digging and it looks like he's wanted for 4 felonies out of the same transaction. I don't know why they didn't include it on the teletype or running his FBI number confirmed. He's wanted additionally for second-degree felony criminal damage to property and two charges for unlawful person employed by or associated with criminal street gang to conduct and participate in criminal activity through commission of offense. It's a very, very long charge name. But it looks like it was the same offenses that he was originally wanted and he was extradited for back in 2022. I guess he either absconded or violated them again, but it looks to be open cases. And specifically, addressing bond is that the state would be opposed for him granting a bond. In the past 10 years alone, not excluding other states and anything past that, he's been arrested 21 times, 12 of them felonies, 2 revocations of paroles, and 3 evadings, 2 felonies and 1 misdemeanor. I believe he's a definition of a flight and safety risk, and due to that fact, we request that the court deny bond.
Your Honor, if I may. So in regards to the telegram, because obviously the state has their duty, I have my duty as defense attorney. All of the other charges that were not on that telegram were dismissed. The case was reduced to theft. This case has been pending since God knows when, because Fulton County is a very slow court. Your Honor, here as I stand with the same client, I stood before you 2 years ago asking for a bond for my client to come back. He granted a bond, Your Honor. And when he granted that bond, my client did what you would want anyone to do, which is turn himself in, appear in court. They gave him another court date. However, no, once he checked himself in, he was able to bond out of Fulton County. Since then, that case has still been pending. He has an attorney in that county as well. However, throughout the times, my client moved. The issue was that there was supposed to be an updated address change to the court. So there was a court date, I believe around August the 12th. And because they did not update his address, the notice was sent to his old address. They immediately issued a warrant. So my client was actually picked up when he came back from work. He didn't even know that he had a warrant. And I understand the state's position that my client does have an extensive history. I was also his parole attorney, which he was successfully discharged from as well. I know Mr. Berry, and I could stand for him before this court. Anybody that I have stood before you has always, I'm not gonna take a client that's gonna embarrass me or embarrass you. He came, last time you allowed and granted a bond. He did exactly what he's supposed to do. And if you do it this time, he would do that again.
I don't give bonds 2 times in a row. And I counsel people every single time when they come here that if I give you a bond now, it's not gonna happen again. It's your responsibility. You've been a fugitive once. We don't let you do it over and over and over. I gave you a bond last time. I can't keep doing it because you're gonna keep, it's the same thing's gonna keep happening.
It's not, sir, I promise you.
I get it, but it did. And I told you last time, but it's not gonna happen again.
Yes, sir. Can I talk to you, please?
But Your Honor, it was not, so this.
How do I know that?
So I'm telling you this because I'm also an officer of the court and I've done my research, Your Honor. It was not his fault.
It wasn't.
It was not. It was just a mistake of address. That's the only reason why. I've been checking in with my
He's
client.
supposed to update them of
He
any
did.
change of insurance.
So can you speak for that
Can I
part?
please talk to you, please?
So what I would do is reach out to Fulton County, let them know, and hopefully they'll pull the warrant. They'll pull the whole. Or will they not?
So, Your Honor, I've had history with this county. They're very slow.
Yes.
It's very.
Have you done work there?
Huh?
You've done work there?
For other clients.
Really?
Yes. Your Honor, can you just listen? Can you just hear him out as to
I'm
why?
happy to hear you, please. Your
So
Honor.
with the regarding that you did update your address,
Yes.
typically address that.
Yes, Your Honor, the last time you gave me this bond, you told me to get a job and you told me to change my life. And I did that. I completed CDL school. I work every day.
Wonderful.
They put me on insulin. I take insulin 2 times a day. I can't, the way that they expedite you there, I'll be sick by the time I make it. My flight has already been in the process of being booked, like you told me to left.
Can't take a flight.
To turn myself in?
You have a warrant. If you try to get on an airplane, they're gonna take you into
They let
custody.
me last time, you let me out. They let me take it. I turned, okay, the address, I updated it, Your Honor. And
How do I know that?
I mean, I didn't, I had.
Am I supposed to take your word for it?
I was honest with you last time about everything.
And that's why I gave you a bond.
But
And I told you though, the last time, it's not gonna happen again.
But you said if I messed up, and I did not mess up, Your Honor. I
Nope.
did good, Your Honor. I
Great.
promise you.
But now
You
something,
gave me 10 days to turn myself in. I turned myself in 6 days.
Your Honor, it was really because of the address change. And I
Please,
think-
Your
So
Honor.
if you're not going to at least believe him, you can hopefully.
it's not a matter of belief or disbelief.
Okay.
It's a matter of that we cannot continue to enable. That's what it is. And if I do this now, who's to say it's not gonna happen a third time?
It's not, Your Honor.
because-
Told me that the
They dismissed
first
my
time.
cases.
They
They
dismissed-
dismissed
so-
3 of the cases, Your
So
Honor.
from the time of this charge was pending, 3 of those cases were dismissed, Your Honor, and then the other cases were dismissed. That's clearly the
Yes,
reason
sir.
why it's pending is because they don't have anything, but it's not.
So what? I mean, can't you do a speedy trial? Ask for a speedy trial.
So, he has an attorney on that court. It's just the court's very slow and it's very different. But
Yes,
what
Your
I
Honor.
can assure you is it was just a mere mistake, Your Honor. Like,
So I just want to
Please,
step in
Your
real
Honor.
quick because I've had one before where they stated it was a clerical error, and I want to say only one time out of all the other times I approached where it was a genuine clerical error. Once they corrected it in the demanding jurisdiction, is they removed the warrant. I've had that happen before. So if the court wants to roll it over for a day, and if counsel wants to contact Fulton County to figure out if it was truly a clerical error and it was a misunderstanding of where it was to be shipped out for
But I
notice.
think what they're saying is that there was a problem where he's saying that he updated the address, but they didn't do it.
Sure, and that's what I mean, is if there was an error, right, with the court in
Gonna
Fulton
reach out
County.
to them and see if that's the case.
Well, you can Google it, Your Honor. It was a glitch in Atlanta's.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Berry, how did you update your address?
I called a bond company. That's what they entrusted me to do.
Update it, right? No.
Well, so I don't really talk for their system, but that's what I mean, is if it's a mistake on the court, right, and not
So
not the defendant.
I would do is get into contact with the bail bond company and say, hey, man, this is what we did. You didn't do it the right way. We're gonna, if you don't fix this, there's a bail bond board that you can report activities to in the event that they mess up.
Sir, yes, sir. Please.
Giving them one. I can't do it again. I never do, ever,
3 days and I'll be there.
Well, and it is also worth noting, it's probably good to update on the front end because he's on a deferred in our county before they revoke, because there was a warrant issued out.
It's also on deferred here?
He is.
For what?
For possession of controlled substance.
A list in the ground?
So, but the fact that he's open on deferred and no one has filed a motion to revoke, because initially all they see is the capias issued out August 15th. They haven't filed a motion yet, but that's my point is before anything else happens, if council does want to correct it for both reasons, for the extradition and for the local deferred, it probably two birds, one stone it to call Fulton County and figure out what happened with the court there.
Try that.
Can we roll it tomorrow?
Yes, absolutely. Of course. I would reach out to the bonding company, say, hey, man, I did this. You guys messed up. Fix this. Otherwise, we can file a complaint. You're telling me you did. If you did, then that's the right thing to do.
I mean, I'm begging you, sir. I'm insulin independent now, and life has changed for me. I know I got in trouble in the past, but you instructed me to do something, and I done it step by step. I changed my life, everything, And sir,
the entire time I've been here, I've never once given a second bond.
So, Your Honor, if I may, if we do.
Sure. I will never say no, but I don't know. I mean.
Well, I'd rather take I don't know than no. So.
Right. I don't know. I never want to say no. Because you never know what someone else is going to provide you to show you that really it's not his fault. And if it's not, then,
Like I said, I've had it happen before where the court demanded.
If it's really not his fault, would you then post?
Please.
No, but please don't beg.
Yes.
Because last time we went in, you don't.
Yeah,
let's see what they have. Let's go from there. And I don't want to commit you to an answer. That's really not fair.
Yeah,
So-
and in the spirit of transparency, I do show that he hasn't had any violations since he entered in the deferred because it was concurrent with dismissal of the others.
Yes.
So other than this, there have been no other violations. It was September of 2022, but it's just with the sheer amount of history, because it's one of the longest I've seen, that's my concern. And
Saying he's been doing good.
well, that's what, so.
He's been doing very good.
Right, so that's what I mean.
Early termination for me, sir.
So that's the thing. It's just
Okay.
please.
So I want information from the court, because ultimately in the end, it's not whether, it's not the, how they prosecute the case, it's whether he's wanted and whether the KBS is true.
Diligence.
So-
Let me see what you got and let's talk.
Okay, we can.
I'm never going to, well, I'm not saying never because I always put my foot in my mouth, but let's see and we can regroup. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Barry.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Dave. Morning, Mr. Eli.
Good morning.
How are you?
Better, a lot better.
You seem clear-headed. Things are going well now. You've got a clear mind of what's going on. The problem is how long that's going to last. God forbid you dig yourself into such a deep hole that you'll never crawl out of. And then if you end up with a criminal case where there's a dead body, that's exactly what you've done. We will do everything in our power to prevent that from happening, no matter what you're doing. All that needs to happen going forward is you do not get into a car. Whatever you're doing in this life, wherever you need to go, don't get into a car. Do you understand? The worst possible thing you can do ever, if you're using anything, is to get to a car. You have a 4,000, 5,000 pound missile that can do catastrophic damage to anyone you run into. And if you are in a state that you shouldn't be, don't. Do you understand?
Yes.
What's going to happen now? What are we doing?
I'm gonna continue with the drug program, with the drug court, and better my life and stop doing what I've been doing. and move forward from this.
Do you know what happens if you don't?
Yes,
What happens if you don't?
I'll go to prison. What?
You will go into a rehab facility. That's what's going to happen. I am now, and I've told Shreya that I don't agree with what's going on now. I do, but I don't, because what I really think is what the report said in that Safe P, which is an inpatient treatment facility. That's what I really think. But because she's so tenacious, I have agreed to try to let you do this on your own.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
If you are unable to do this on your own, we're going to do it the other way. And the other way is what the report says, and it is the treatment facility in the jail. It's going to happen one way or the other. Do you understand?
Yes.
So when you're out there, if you ever have a craving, if you ever have someone coming up to you, giving you peer pressure to go do this, don't. Find a sponsor, find someone else to talk to, call me, come here to court, call Shreya, but don't use. And don't hang out with the people that you were using with before. Do you understand?
Yes.
Can we give him a curfew so that he's not out in the middle of the night as part of the sober court?
I can add that, but they have their own special conditions, so I'm not sure. Let me see if they'll interfere.
Look, I don't want to interfere with their specifics. I mean,
Judge, you can just defer it to sober court since they are gonna have the intensive weekly reviews.
I'm scared for you, Mr. Eli. I really hope that you can make this work, and I want you to do it. But, you know,
I am.
when you're using that kind of dope, don't go back to the old, don't hang out with who you were hanging out with. Don't go back to the places you were hanging out with, because all you need to do is be in that environment, and it's going to catch you up like this. If you start using, if you don't comply with these conditions, I will issue a warrant immediately. Do you understand? Mr. Eli, you're charged with, so we're going on the second, right? Everything else is being dismissed? Is that right?
Yes, Judge. The FSGI and false report is a dismissal.
What about, was there any restitution on the FSGI?
No, Your Honor, we weren't able to get in contact with the complaining witness.
It wasn't a major at all.
Okay.
Offender, like literally a number.
You're charged with 3 cases. You're charged with false report. You're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense, and you're also charged with failure to stop and give information. You've worked out an agreement. They're going to dismiss 2, and you're going to plead on the DWI second. As part of the plea agreement, you're going to sober court, which I really hope you take to heart, because I've already done the spiel for you. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you enter into this agreement, you are stuck with this until you complete it successfully, or unless we have to issue a warrant and file a motion to revoke. If you violate the terms, we will issue a warrant, put you in custody, and then we're going to have a hearing. And if they prove it to me, you're looking at an entire year in jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
How do you plead to driving while intoxicated, second offense? Guilty or not guilty? The other thing is this, is that you now are charged and will have 2 DWIs on your record. What happens the next time?
Prison.
Now, if you ever are in a car and you get charged, you will be facing a 3rd-degree felony. You'll be facing a minimum of 2 years in prison, a maximum of 10 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm going to do everything in my power to prevent that from happening. Do not get into a car. I am suspending your license for 2 years. Do not get into the driver's seat of any car. Do you understand?
Yes.
So we're doing, it's an 18-month probation, right? And then is it
DWI education
repeat offender, right?
and the DWI repeat offender.
So are we doing 2 DWI education classes?
One DWI education and then one DWI repeat offender.
Okay. Victim impact panel?
It's not on there, but I can add it.
Well, no, I don't want to do anything that they don't want.
They have 60 hours of community service.
Yeah. So one of the things that you'll have to do is 60 hours of community service. I know that as part of a reward system that they have with you, the better you do, the more conditions they'll take off. So they may waive your community service time if you do well in the program. What else?
Your Honor, we looked into it and the code does say that you shall require 5 days, not less than 5 days, due to the 5 within 5.
3,
Oh, I apologize. What? Not less than 5 according to the code.
3 days,
According to the code?
72 hours. It's a condition of probation. Can we move over that?
Can you give me a second?
Yes, because it's outside the 5 years.
It's within 5 years.
It's the,
Mr. Lindsay, was it 5 as a condition or was it 3?
We went 3, but we have counsel here ready to come discuss.
I believe that the statute's worded a little strangely.
You don't say.
Just give me one moment, Judge. I just said it.
Why is it like this? I mean, I don't understand. Why? Just
reads according to Article 42A, a judge granting community supervision shall require the condition of community supervision that the defendant submit to not less than 5 days of confinement of county jail and if the defendant was punished under section 49.09A, which is the DWI second, and was subject to 49.09H, which is the 5 within 5. And that subsection H reads, the subsection applies to a person convicted of a second or a subsequent offense relating to the operating of a motor vehicle while intoxicated, committed within 5 years of the date on which the most recent preceding offense was convicted.
I don't have any information on the first one. When was the first one?
The first one was committed October 23rd, or conviction date was October 23rd, 2019, and the most recent that we're on now committed on May 5th, 2024.
so the other one was committed outside the 5 years.
Yes.
And this
Is it
conviction,
conviction or committed?
so my understanding is this is the conviction we're talking about. So he would be convicted of an offense under 49 with his prior being committed outside the 5-year window.
So so he committed the DWI out of county, I think it was January of 2019.
So outside 5 years.
And that's where the statute reads a little bit
Well,
confusing.
you were okay with the 3, right? Mr. Lindsay, right?
Yes, Judge, we're okay with the 3.
So we'll just do that.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Stay sober.
So what are you doing?
Don't use. Mr. Eli, don't use. Do you understand? Don't go to any parties. Don't go to any bars. I want to also put on the bars, places of ill repute. Any place where it's 50% or more,
Judge, can
or
we
liquor.
that or just whatever on the 3 days, he'll be released today, correct? Yes,
Okay.
there's nothing holding him, correct?
Is that?
I mean, no, once we get to the date.
Yes, perfect.
I'm in for those days.
Perfect.
Don't use. Okay? Or how do you do the offense, guilty or not guilty? Guilty. We'll find you guilty, send it to the agreement, make it work.
There's 2 enhancements.
Is it true that you were convicted of the felony offense of possession of a controlled substance in 2020 out of the 209th District Court?
True.
Okay, true the enhancement. Okay, guys. Good luck, Mr. Eli. I hope it works. Thank you for being patient.
We'll do a Friday report at 6 p.m. on what? 3 weeks.
That's it for today, everybody. Tomorrow is Judge Simpson, another favorite judge of mine. At this time, I would like to thank all the new subscribers to this channel. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my platform. If you're not a subscriber to this channel and you like the content that's on this channel, please consider subscribing. By subscribing, you're helping this channel grow. And we have a wonderful community here. So that's it for today. I'll see you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock p.m. Ta-ta, ciao, ciao. Have a good evening. I will see you again soon. And behave yourselves if you can.
Come down to it all with your tools in hand, making magic flow. Every broken part, you help me grow. You fix it all, you fix it all. Daniel, you make it right. Daniel, everything's right. When I'm falling apart, you put me back together. You make it better. From the wires tangled up to the broken dreams, you know how to man all my scattered seams. With your steady hands, you refill my heart. Every piece that's lost gets a brand new start. You fix it all, you fix it all. Daniel, you make it right. Daniel, everything's bright. When I'm falling apart, you put me back together. Daniel, you make it better. Fix it, Daniel. Make it right. When the world shuts down, and I can't see clear, you're my solid ground, always drawing near. Never give up on this heart of mine. Put it back together every single time. Fix it all, I was standing tall to all you do. From the highest peak, I can see it through. With your care and touch, everything's okay.